Hi guys, Deb Acker here, back with another video. And the title of today's video is Why Changes We Make Don't Always Work. Actually reminds me of a Michael Jackson song, Gonna Make a Change. So for those of you guys who are new to this series, welcome. I'm an intuitive coach and I work mainly with women to help them to heal their patterns and heal their past, specifically around abandonment and the abandonment that can show up when we have physically and or emotionally unavailable parents. And here's the thing, if you grew up in that environment, whether it was because your parents worked a lot or on a deeper scale because of some kind of addiction or divorce or loss that happened, right? You likely made up a subconscious conclusion that you wanted as little change as possible. You know, the changes that had happened with the abandonment that had occurred had already been traumatizing enough, and you were likely doing everything that you could to keep your environment the same, to keep you feeling safe, and really just to keep everything in its place. So first and foremost, notice if that's true for you. But if that is true, what ends up happening, and one of the biggest reasons why, you know, the changes we make don't always work for us, is because in our adulthood, right, we can end up running cross purposes. And cross purposes are in essence, you know, say you want to be in a relationship, but yet you have a fear of intimacy subconsciously, right? So the conscious thing is, yeah, of course I want to be in a relationship, right? And the subconscious thing is like, I'm scared to be close to someone. I'm scared, you know, to have intimacy with someone, right? And if those aren't identified, you know, what's going to happen is that you're going to find yourself, well, basically the universe is going to keep giving you that pattern over and over for you to keep choosing anew, right? And for you to keep saying, okay, actually, I do want to be close to someone, right? And making new choices, but you're going to think, okay, it's not working because again, you're running up against that cross purpose. So one of the ways, you know, and this is a lot of the work that I do with my clients, right? But one of the ways that we can really shift that cross purpose is I help them identify that. And then from there, you know, I'll have them say out loud, say for instance, you know, I'm scared to be close to someone. I'm scared to be close to someone. And, you know, I have them say that out loud in real time as if it's happening now because, you know, time and space is an illusion, right? So our bodies don't know the difference. And if you say that out loud and you see it leaving your body, right, and or set the intention that it's just going to shift and going to leave you, what happens is it starts to make a shift, right? What happens is something starts to change, right? Another reason why the changes we make don't always work for us is it really depends on, you know, the practitioner that you're working with. As a practitioner, you know, a practitioner can only take you as deep as they're able to go themselves, right? And so it's so important you're working with someone who's actually overcome that stuff for themselves, because otherwise they'll only be able to take you so deep, right? And so it's so important to recognize that. And as part of that too, and this is at the heart of the work that I do with my clients, I have a ton of testimonials that speak to, you know, the power of our sessions compared to years of therapy. But, you know, a lot of times with practitioners, they're not able to identify the root of the issue. So if the root is down here and, you know, the practitioner is only taking you here, it's only going to clear this much. And all of the rest of this, right, is still going to be in place. And, you know, so the charge is still going to be in place, the energy is still going to be in place, and the story is going to still be in place, right? And so then when you go to actually choose anew, right, you can find yourself struggling, right? And that's because, you know, we haven't gotten to the root. And so again, you know, through my work, that's like a huge piece of the work that I do. And, as part of that, what I do is I'll help a client say, you know, okay, at age 5, and this is what I do as an intuitive, but at age 5, you know, with your mom, this is the pattern that keeps you from being able to be in a relationship, for instance, right? And so, you know, that's another reason. And then, you know, with that too, what if the changes we're making are working, but they're not going as quickly as we'd like them to? This is something that I talked about even in depth in yesterday's video. But what I would say to that is, you know, so much of the time, you know, we ask for something, right? And then everything that's in the way of that comes up in our field, right? And instead of us going, oh my gosh, it's working, and look, this is coming up, this is coming up, this is coming up, right? Instead of us saying that, we go, oh, it's not working, and we basically are holding that story in our system. And the universe wants to make us right? So the universe goes, yep, it's not working, you know, you're right, you get to be right every single time. So it's so important that, first of all, you're clearing those patterns and that you're clearing the pattern that has you blocked to basically, you know, thinking it's not working, right? And why you want to, you know, have that in place in the first place, which a lot of times is because we want to be right? I get to be right. If it's not working, you know, yay, I get to be right. I told you it wasn't going to work. See, it's not working, right? And so you want to make sure that you're clearing those patterns, as well as really embodying, no matter what's showing up in your field, as long as it feels true for you, this is working for me. It may be taking a little longer than I'd like it to, but it's working for me. So that is today's video. If you are enjoying this series, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It is always my goal to support you and give you powerful awarenesses and tools and ideas that can really help you on your healing journey and help you to healing your past. And if you are wanting to take this work deeper, again, I have a ton of testimonials that speak to the power of my work and how it compares to years of therapy, one session. But if you're wanting to take this work deeper, you can go ahead. I've got a 15-minute complimentary catalyst conversation. On that call, we'll talk about where you are, where you want to be, and how I can support you in getting there. And the links are all below. So until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will look forward to seeing you soon.